Alright, we're here. Gonna do this first foam pouring of the Cujo. I got my cups to mix the foam in. Got my backer board. Got my flange board here. Clamps. What I'm gonna be doing, if y'all can see this, I've got this foam board in a garbage can. Okay? This whole thing, let me set this off to the side here. Put that right there, put that right there. So I got the whole form bolted and done up, locked up, ready to go. Got it in a garbage can. Got this off to the side waiting for it. I got to mix up the foam, pour it in here, slide that backer board in there, and clamp it down. So first thing I'm going to do first is mix up this foam. Good Lord, I need to get this because I got to slide this around. I'll put this backer board right here. Alright, we need 24 ounces of A, 24 ounces of B. Shake this up. I've got to shake this up real good. This is the last bit of expanding foam I've got. Rigid pour foam. And this is 3 ounces each. 3 pounds. We're going to dump all this in here and hopefully we get 24 ounces. Right in 24 ounces to be. Oh, almost. 24 ounces right there. 24 ounces on the nose. I still got a little bit left, but I'm out just about. So now I got to do 24 ounces of B. Shake this up, shake it 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 up. 24 ounces of B. Oh, good God, this thing's not going to open. I have to get my clamps. My little trusty wrench here. There's always one that doesn't want to open. I got 24 ounces of A, 24 ounces of B. So now I need 48 ounces total. And boom, there we are, 48 ounces. Right on the nose. With a little bit left. This whole bucket right here, 48 ounces, got to stir this bitch up. Big stir stick, big stir stick, big stir stick, come on. Have a big stir stick. I'm going to make this creamy. Burn through. Okay, well, creamy. Now, normally, you would do a pour where this foam will go in here. And it'll go through a hole. Well, what I'm doing right now is kind of testing things to see how this works. This is a test. One, to see that the mold form holds, and two, to see everything works right. So before this kicks off, I'll slush it around the mold a little bit. Run around the sides, whatnot. Okay, now put it in there. Cap this off. Backer board down in there. This on top. Clamped and pressure. Right here. And we're going to see how this works. Now how that foam rises, it's going to push this backer board, if it's enough to rise that far. Meanwhile, I have made a mold of the nose. This is the mold of the nose that I did from the form. That's the Cujo nose. And that's what it comes out as, looks like. So all I have to do is trim this a little bit and super glue it right on the form. And not too shabby. Not too shabby. So I may do another mold and see how that works. But I've got that ready. I wanted to anchor that in there, but something tells me it wouldn't be a good idea just to try to do a freeform thing and see what we could do. And this foam is not kicked off quite 100% yet. It is thoroughly mixed, it is kicking off, it is rising. I just don't know what the pressure is and how far up it's going to go. I don't see it coming up too fast, too quickly, so we'll see what happens. We'll find out here in a second if we measured it right, because I see this board rising just a wee bit. And, whew, yep, we've got a good hot dog. Yep, it's kicking off on this board, Jack. It is coming up. There it goes. It's got the board. And boom! Just hit the board, and guess what? That board is rising. The thing is clamped down. The foam's rising up against it. You can see it right in here. It's rising and expanding. I just don't know if it's going to be a solid foam thing or not. We're going to find out, though. Now, there's always risk of blowing a form by this stuff expanding too much, too rapidly, and too hard. But it is completely filled. How well, we don't know. And we do have a small, tiny leak right here. Just a tiny leak right there in the seam. No problem. The seam is so tight all the way around, there is no leak, period. So what I do, let that sit. And I should have drilled the hole. I'll tell you that much. So what we're going to do is let that sit, and it'll cure and everything is set, and then I'll break it apart, pull it apart, and we'll see what the final result is. For the next one, though, I will have to do a backer board with a hole in it, as they would normally do, to have that pressure released so that foam can come up and be released on it. But I think this is going to work pretty much. Really need to probably have a little bit of a tighter seal on one side of it where there is a gap. But like I said, this is an experiment. First time ever doing this, never done it before. You know, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows how well it's going to be? But that's the thing. It's experimental. We know that the fiberglass is holding up well. The backer board wants to come out, pushing real hard against that backer board and making it ride, but it's adhering very nicely to it. So it's just a matter of the heat and the foam and finding out what this is going to be. But now I know that 24 ounces is exactly the amount that I want for this form. 100%. I just need to create a tighter seal right here because there's a gap. Foam's not coming out, but I didn't have this backer board locked in, which is no problem. There should be shims up under here, but in my line of thinking, okay, there wasn't going to be that much foam, wasn't needed, and it wasn't going to rise. But now I do know that that's the exact amount. So even if this is not 100% all the way around good form fit, I've learned one of two things. That this is a perfect measurement amount, exact measurement amount for this form, and you know, that this is definitely going to work and the form is going to hold up. So there you go. So now all I do is let that sit. I'll come out in a couple of hours, do a live pull out, we'll demold it, see what happens. Okay? Thank you very much. I appreciate it.